War built the stars, but peace keeps them haunted. In the far future, the machines that once tore galaxies apart now rebuild them, piece by piece. Pilots who fought in the great mechanized wars have scattered, searching for meaning among the worlds they once scarred. Hi friends, and welcome back to the lab. I'm the Alchemist, and this is Ionheart, a solo mech exploration RPG from Parable Games. This isn't an RPG about conquest or about command. It's about the connection between a pilot, a machine, and the quiet space that lives between them. Now, this game is currently on pre-order, but I was lucky enough to get a PDF review copy, so I can bring the news to you. Let's get into it. Ionheart is a solo journaling tabletop RPG. You play both halves of one story, the human pilot and their sentient mech. Together, you'll explore the Astral Union, a federation rebuilding after centuries of war. You'll roll dice, interpret story prompts, and record your journey in a pilot's logbook. Each session lasts about an hour or so, just you, your thoughts, and the echo of machinery. There's no game master, no party, just the bond between you and the machine that keeps you alive. The story unfolds in the Astral Union, an alliance of 6 civilizations that hold the peace, each changed by what came before. You have the Irvon, powerful and stoic, those that forged the first mechs of war, now forge the tools of peace. The Varzis, cold-blooded and pragmatic. They've turned commerce into diplomacy, bartering unity through trade. The Curvae, beings of psionics and vision, unlock the Ion Core, the living engines that power every mech. The Chiros, winged explorers, remain the Union's restless messengers. The Apollonians, human in form but alien in faith. They wander the stars seeking purpose in an age that no longer needs prophets. And the Manau, aquatic architects. They shape the foundations of civilization itself, builders of cities, dreamers of structure. Together, they've built something extraordinary, peace. But peace has its shadows. At the edge of the Union, law thins and ambition grows bold. Colonists, scavengers, and forgotten soldiers roam the ruins of old wars, some rebuilding, others remembering. You are one of them, a pilot bound to your mech by thread and memory. Where others see future, you see ghosts. Every story begins with 2 creations. Your pilot, the dreamer, exile, or veteran behind the controls, and your mech, steel, circuitry, something like a soul. The pilot's body measures resolve, presence defines focus and empathy. The mech mirrors them with brawn and reflex, power and grace. Between them lies the sync bond, trust made tangible. You'll spend it to push beyond limits, to perform heroic actions, or ignite the Ion Core, the living heart of your mech. Names, histories, dreams, you can roll them or write them, but either way, you're defining 2 halves of one consciousness. Ionheart follows a rhythm, the exploration loop. You'll create a system, name its stars, describe the worlds, you'll build a settlement, a fragile outpost of life. Then, you begin a story circuit, a chain of encounters testing your pilot's ideals and your mech's endurance. Each circuit unfolds through dice rolls and reflection. After every mission you write, victories, failures, stray thoughts, your logbook becomes more than a mere record. It's your living memory. In our playthrough, that rhythm became meditative. A failed roll meant another journal page, not a setback. The game turns reflection into progress. Some games are loud. This one asks for silence between rolls, a quiet kind of storytelling that lingers. The loop isn't about progress, it's about perspective. When the war is over, what do heroes do next? Mechanically speaking, Ionheart is simple and deliberate. You roll 2 6-sided dice. On a 6 or higher, you succeed. A 10 or more means something exceptional, a breakthrough, a defining moment. Below 6, sure you fail, but the story moves forward. Every roll changes something, not just what you do, but who you become. Outside the cockpit, you rely on presence and body. Inside the mech, it's brawn and reflex. Combat is swift and cinematic, resolved in 3 beats. Ranged, melee, disengage. Weapons and systems add color with plasma launchers, thunder gauntlets, servo stabilizers, but combat is never the focus. It's punctuation. Short, decisive, personal. And sometimes when everything is on the line, you can unleash the ion core. Power at a cost. A surge that could save you, or burn you both away. In one of our sessions, a storm on Manau Theta pushed the ion core to its limits. Sure, we succeeded, but the mech was left scarred. That moment showed how every number in Ionheart carries with it a little bit of memory. What really makes Ionheart shine is its restraint. The system stays light on the rules so the story can breathe. Every roll pushes emotion, not math. It rewards reflection over optimization, and that simplicity turns each decision into something personal. It's a design that trusts you to find the meaning in the space between the dice. At the heart of the game lie the story circuits, narrative frameworks that shape each journey, and they come in 3 tones. Peaceful circuits explore culture, rest, and recovery, allowing any rebuilding after loss. Protective circuits defend what's fragile, settlements, people, or promises. Dangerous circuits bring you face to face with the past, rogue mechs, criminal guilds, or the lingering terror of the Nephilim. Each circuit leaves a mark. Each choice alters the bond between the pilot and the machine. When you finish, you write. Always. Success or failure, both are part of the story. Sure, Ionheart is built for solitude, but it can be shared. There's a 2-player mode. One plays the pilot, flesh, doubt, and instinct. The other plays the mech, logic, memory, conviction. Together, they argue, adapt, and learn to trust. 2 voices, 1 journey. That duet transforms the experience from quiet introspection into a dialogue between souls. Across our 10 sessions, what struck us most wasn't the combat or the outcomes. It was how every failure still felt human. Ionheart rewards empathy more than mastery. Of course, as one might expect, Ionheart asks for patience. Its power comes from repetition. Quiet moments that might feel spare if you crave tactical depth. But that's by design. This isn't a game about winning. It's about returning to your cockpit, to your thoughts, to the echoes of a war that ended long ago. And in that stillness, it finds something most systems miss: peace with imperfection. Ionheart isn't about war. It's about what's left behind. The sound of cooling engines in the dark. The hum of a machine that remembers probably more than it should. The act of writing a story only you will ever tell. For some, it's creative expression. For others, it's therapy in motion. But for everyone who plays, it's a conversation between what we build and what we become. Sometimes the most powerful stories aren't shouted across the void. They are scribbled into a logbook by a lonely pilot, somewhere in the Astral Union, tracing stars with steel hands and a fragile heart. So how did Ionheart resonate with you? Is this a game that you'll be picking up, playing solo or with a friend? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you want more deep dives into the world of indie RPGs, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time in the lab.